everyone for tuning in. We got anybody? I know how it works.
Todd Howard, I mean, he put up our logo for Elder Scrolls 6, and people went crazy. So they, do they tease something from?
And I guess we can be able to turn this up a little bit when like the trailers come.
I 100% can guarantee.
You know what I mean? We might be able to.
And I know that too.
Yeah. We've been waiting a long time to hear what Rocksteady is doing.
Oh, this is so cool, man! I'm so excited, Jimmer. You pulled it off, bro.
That'll be a huge reveal.
Remedy.
We had to
Project 7,
play
their
around
first game
with some new methods
since Quantum Break. We've been waiting to hear what they're up to. And
Yeah. I'm used to like Facebook Live and stuff, but I know YouTube's where it's at. I use YouTube. I upload all the time, but I've never live streamed. So welcome to the first YouTube live stream and a hell of a topic to stream about.
Only VR fan at E3. I feel like
Sony.
Do you think this is the year that they push a little harder on VR? Do you think they just let it rest? I mean, is it
I think
dead?
they sort of let it rest. I mean, I don't expect huge VR. They'll mention VR and they have some VR games, so I don't think it's a big, huge VR announcement year
Because
for
after
them.
playing Moss, big shout
Moss
out to the developers
cool,
of that game. After playing Moss and knowing that it's got such a small install base, I feel so terrible because it's such an incredibly beautiful, compelling game.
It is.
I wish they were doing more.
I think Sony is always great
It's
about
dope,
supporting their
man.
platforms sometimes longer than they should, and I think they're absolutely going to keep making VR games.
Let's
I don't know
go.
how big of a focus it will be tonight, but I think I know of actually a couple VR projects that I think maybe mentioned
If
tonight.
one or two of the surprises tonight could be VR related, you're going to make this person very, very
I think we'll get some VR stuff tonight.
VR just doesn't tend to play well on
Yeah,
the
it
stage.
is.
Yeah, it's so hard to
No,
show.
but there's definitely some cool stuff. I think that'll be there in that regard. And again, Sony always really kind of celebrates the artistry of games. And after God of War and the fidelity of that, if we're going to get 4 presentations on games of that caliber, it's going to be pretty amazing. And we are literally a minute away now from the start of the PlayStation press conference live from LA.
A minute away, my friends.
Back here with Hideo Kojima. He's going to come directly here.
Let's
So I'm going
go.
to see for the first time what you guys see. I haven't seen anything. I'm not joking.
We can turn it up just a
I'm excited
tad.
about this. The Last of Us, Spider-Man, and of course Ghost of Tsushima,
Pardon
and of course
me,
there'll probably be some other things. We expect a press conference.
shenanigans.
Oh yeah, just a second, my friends.
An hour and a half,
turn this up.
as in past years,
I'm
so
gonna
maybe
go
a little bit
2
shorter.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
all for you
Still
here.
want us to kind of be a
Uninterrupted
little
live
bit
coverage on
louder.
YouTube, and then
Yeah.
afterwards we'll be joined by a lot of the developers of games on stage, and even some other Sony games, Concrete Genie, Dreams, which may or may not appear in the press conference, but they'll be here with us after the show.
Okay.
So this is the final big press conference of our live at E3 coverage, and you're going to see it uninterrupted coverage. So let's head on to the LA Center Studios to get ready for the PlayStation E3 Showcase 2018 live here on YouTube. Guys, thanks so much for joining us, and here we go. Enjoy
Here we
the show.
go.
Please welcome Sean Layden.
Okay.
Hey, let's get it, kids.
I like the venue more than the
Good evening, everyone, and welcome.
It's comfy.
And thank you for making the time tonight to come to church.
it kind of
This
looks
fulfills
like
your
a
obligation for the coming
chapel.
Sunday, for those of you who need to know that. But thank you for coming out.
This guy's kinda
It's great to see the congregation as large as it is tonight under
I
this single tent.
I'm not hating on him.
And for those of you who may be a bit apprehensive because you remember that movie Kingsman,
He's like me, doesn't have a neck.
it doesn't end that way. It doesn't end that way. So, but no, again, thank you. And as you can see from this evening, here again at PlayStation, we've decided to mix it up a little bit in the way that we're doing our E3 presentation this year. We look at what the stories have we tell and the things that we want to impart to our fans here with us and their fans on the live feed worldwide. And that changes our design ideas around what we can do for this show. So tonight, we're going to have, rather than a bombardment of new creative, we're going to take all of you on a journey deeper into some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way, so you can learn about what's going on with these games and what's coming up in the future. What we look at here at Worldwide Studios with inside Sony Interactive Entertainment, we really want to take our love for gaming and make it sing very loudly. It's a gaming industry, it's sometimes called, but certainly inside our studios, we see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling. It's what we do. It's what we have to do. Our teams of creatives and studios and designers, they have stories to tell and things they want to show you and places they'd like to take you. That's what we're trying to do here at PlayStation. This coming year is going to be all about those kind of games that we can deliver to you in a way that's going to blow your minds. And tonight, we're beginning here in this tent, this church tent we've created here in Los Angeles to let you start that journey with us and let us tell you our stories for the next hour or so. So without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage and introduce to you Gustavo Santorea.
I always said it exactly the same way.
What the hell?
Oh, this is gonna be The Last of Us. It's just introducing The Last
Oh, this is cool though. Way to like do something different. Like
Ubisoft did something similar with their Donkey Kong DLC for the Rabbids Mario crossover.
That's so dope.
And then they also had an opening kind of the band essentially for their new dance game, whatever the hell it's called. I can never remember.
Just Dance.
Just Dance, yes.
Who did they have in Just Dance?
Well, they had a whole band. They had a whole band and they had a bunch of dancers. Like a marching band.
So
Not just like a band.
Oh wow, because Just Dance is actually, like, tell you the truth, it's kind of like sad, but that's probably one of their most popular games because everybody plays it. My son's got 4 copies of it.
Their business, like whatever makes them.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's a fun game.
That game is gonna be my funding for everything.
You're right, and it's kind of it's not a super hard game. It's just you get music, you get dancers, but it is kind of fun how they do it because when they shoot it, they actually get dancers to do the like. Do you remember how they shot Mortal Kombat back in the day, like green screens and and they still do it kind of like that, except obviously it's way better.
Motion capture.
Yes, but it's a lot better now. Like it's probably, but they put all those things on you and they just go to town. It's fun. I will say that the dancing in the game is awesome.
I don't think they ever even have to put the little balls on you anymore.
No, it's like a suit almost now.
Yeah, they put a suit on you, and then they use kind of like the Xbox One's camera does a grid of infrared dots.
Oh.
It's cool. I was watching a video like ghost hunters use it now to look for movement because apparently like that happens sometimes. I mean, I don't know if it's actually anything, if it's just glitches, but I was like the way they use it made me look at it and like, okay, I see how this works now.
This is so legit.
Yeah, this is definitely The Last of Us Part 2. Just if they're opening with The Last of Us Part 2, I'm hoping that they have something strong for a finisher because this is probably going to be one of their bigger titles. So
yes, they're starting with this. Oh wow, here we go, folks.
Should be interesting. Try to shut up here.
We will.
Went back home, jumped into bed, 44 pistol under my head. I woke up in the middle of the hacks in the buggy standing by, jets and gamers standing around, taking little signature buried. I began to think way too long about how that I might made up angels all to say it took me so.
I hate these things.
It's Hideo Kojima.
Tell me about it.
Your old man really laid into it today.
What happened?
Another big lecture about my patrols. Don't go here, don't go there. It's funny how involved he gets whenever you're scheduled to go out.
Yeah.
She's putting on quite the show.
I give you guys 2 weeks until you're back together.
Not gonna happen. She, say something, dude?
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Well, I'm here, aren't I?
Tina?
Jesse.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
Yes, sir. Such a dick. Come on. Why don't you start with me? Okay, I have a very serious question for you. How bad do I smell? Like a hot pile of garbage? Oh, okay. Oh, how about that? Gross. You love it. Every guy in this room is staring at you right now. Maybe they're staring at you. Or not. Maybe they're jealous of you. I'm just a girl, not a threat. Oh, Ellie. I think they should be terrified.
Something's gonna happen. It's too slow. Bruh! Bruh!
Fucker. Shit.
Good God. This is intense.
They unrested with sin. What is freedom? Holy shit! Spread out.
I want to see how like the gameplay is.
This is your thing.
No, I mean like the sorry wrong. It's like the gameplay fight.
Oh, the combat.
Combat thing.
There you go.
Okay. Kind of looks like the last game.
Looks a lot like the last game, which is not.
And that's okay, but no, because the last game was good.
Yeah, you don't. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mm-mm.
There were some problems that I had with that game as far as the game goes, but general combat and stealth wasn't one of them.
I like how stealth this game for years.
Yeah.
Game that really helped, like, was like the Arkham games. Really, like, everybody took a page out of that of how to. It looks good. It looks smooth. Ooh, I love it. I'm a juggler.
This is about what you should expect. Although I will say the lighting and shading are not going to look like this.
Oh yeah, everything looks better.
It's pre-rendered.
Yeah. It's basically like movie theater graphics right here. This is like if you were to put this in a theater, this is that extra glisten.
Into the grass.
It doesn't happen when you put it in your PlayStation. Which there's nothing wrong with that because you know when you're feeding the people,
It's a little bit misleading though. I will
I
say.
agree.
But we've come to expect it at this point, so it's like it's not really misleading anymore because we know that they all do it. Like if you still watch any of these demos and you gameplay and you think it's gonna look like that, I'm sorry, but you know I've got a bridge to sell you.
It's almost like the people that are upset now after Infinity War's been out after you ruin it for them. Like, bro, you had like months to go. Yeah, see it.
QTEs? Well, not even QTEs, because all it wants to do is bash the button, so I guess it's not horrible. It's easier than a QTE, though, I will say. There's probably there probably is a point where you could fail that, like if you wait too long, but it seems like they don't really focus on the timing, which is okay. I imagine harder difficulties, so they'll shorten that time period.
I have eyes!
Dude, this girl is BA. The real question is how did anyone stop this woman yet? And how are you gonna stop these three guys?
Did you play the first game at all?
A little bit. Like did you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then yep. That's where we played it.
I would urge you to pick up a copy.
Oh yeah. Only probably.
It'll take you a good 8 hours to play through, but don't bother with the DLC. It just gives a little background and story. It wasn't bad, but I thought some narrative plot points were a little forced. It carried over into this game, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. I have some things to say about the narrative more so.
Dude, this is nuts, man.
Okay, I heard what he said. I'll watch it later.
Ugh. It's a pretty bloody, gory game. Kids, make sure you got parent approval on this one, bud. This is nuts. Hey, shout out Imperfect and Cedar Rapids, man.
I told you.
We'll get in that in a second.
He should be terrified.
So we're going to talk about that right there, what just happened. Once this is done. I want to talk about that briefly because if you played the last game, and this is a spoiler alert, so if you're
still in the game,
if you haven't played
shut
the
us
game,
off or mute us for a second.
Mute it for just a second. If you played the first game, you'll know that Ellie is a infected carrier. She possesses the cordyceps fungus within her, but she is unaffected by it. So if she's kissing that lady, that means that she is either
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here live in Los Angeles at the PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move on to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little bit more to share on that later. And I am joined by my good friend Ryan Clements.
Hello, Mr. Schumann. How are you? I'm good. It's such a pleasure to be here at the PlayStation Showcase. And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios a little later when the showcase resumes. And what better guest to have for joining us about Worldwide Studios than the chairman of Worldwide Studios, Mr. Sean Layden. Hello, sir.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here?
This pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and shot right across the studio here.
Right over here. Well, it's good to have you
Well,
here.
it's great to be here. And I think it was a very powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right. There's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to development of this game?
You find out that
Where's
it's
their
another
head
guy.
at? I mean, they're everywhere. They're looking at what can do the next iteration.
Yeah, it was just a good love story.
Right. We saw tonight.
But this one, it's like now they expect it to happen.
What happened was they actually got
really shows that they're pulling all the stops.
They made a
have
new
a very
award
broad and ranging
just out of
game.
nowhere for best homosexual character
work at it as a
in a
player,
video
but you're
game.
going to have to.
And they gave it to them. So Naughty Dog got the award and said, "Oh, we get awards for winning games."
So yeah, okay.
And speaking of incredible, I mean,
do it because you want to do it, not because you feel like you're forced to do it. And that's with anything in life, guys. And hey, before while we're in a commercial break, kinda here, I want to plug Imperfect real quick. He's actually watching us. Imperfect just told me Super Fresh Saturdays is coming back in association with Dick's Tap and Shake Room, Cedar Rapids' first real music venue in decades, boasting a full stage and in-house sound system in a great space that holds 110 people. Cover charge will be in place and all proceeds go directly to the performers. It's such a good thing for the city of Cedar Rapids. Imperfect will be working with Dick's on a bi-monthly basis, starting with the first event on July 28th. So go check it out, folks. Shout out Imperfect. He's one of the dopest rappers in Iowa, man. I've been messing with him for a long time. Shout out him. And yeah, go check him out. Thanks for tuning in, Rick. We appreciate you, brother.
Speaking about making fans happy, I
Gotta
mean,
show some love.
I think there's a question that I've been
especially
getting a
people
whole lot.
streaming, man.
It
You
has
show
to do
me
with
love, I'll
God
show you
You
love.
know, it's a
Plug me up,
celebrated
bud.
game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention
Yeah,
was,
I
you know,
would
I get
say
a lot of
gameplay
tweets
looks
about
great.
New Game Plus. You know, is this
the
something that you
cinematics,
and
that
Santa Monica Studio
cutscene.
are evaluating for God?
That's probably going to be
with the
part of
advent
a
of social media,
cutscene
we get a lot of real-time feedback from the fans and the community, and we listen to that. And God knows my Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we talk about, not talk about at all. It's all important. We take it all seriously. And New Game Plus is something that came
Ellie
really
looks
strong.
like
really
she always has,
feedback
just
loop.
older. I
I'm
think
happy to
they
say
did a
today that
good
the teams
job
are
with
working on it.
Oh, yeah, she does look a little older.
Definitely.
Someone so miraculously finished God of War within 2 hours at home. That makes me very happy. I will somehow find more time.
Would be my guess.
Find time to he wasn't watching.
I think they did a really good job.
Kids don't try
Writing
asleep.
was spot
But yeah,
on.
thank you so much, Sean, and it's great to hear that you and the
writing
amazing
staff
team at
is
Santa Monica
fantastic.
If we create functionality and
One
features
of the
that
best.
spend more time in the worlds we build,
Really good
that's by
narrative.
definition a good thing.
They
Excellent.
make a
Fantastic.
little
So New
movie.
Game Plus,
Yeah,
that is confirmed. It
they
is coming
push
to
some
God of
stuff
War.
that
We'll have
like
full
we were
details
talking
on PlayStation Blog shortly. We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the four main games that we will be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Every year, we try to let the stories we have to tell design the experience we're going to create. And this year, we felt that what we really want to do is take people on a journey deep into the content, deep into the four big pillar games that we're working on right now, and get them to see a bit more about the stories we're trying to tell and the way it's going to be expressed and what they get out of it. It's a really wide range of titles there, everything from The Last of Us 2, just saw right now, through Death Stranding and Spider-Man and Ghost. So this year, I wanted people to know that don't come here expecting
a game I play
some big
if I get my
flashy
hands on a PS4
new
again.
idea come out or some big surprise come out. Come here and sit with us and walk with us as we get through to see the background stories and deep inside of the games we're working on.
Wonderful. And we do have a lot more coming from those Worldwide Studios games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think the teams are really crushing it right across the board. But one thing I would say is there's one of the games that we're having out today that will be playable in 3 months and available in stores. That's our favorite web slinger,
of course,
Spider-Man. So we're going to see a lot of that tonight, and I think the folks at home should be happy with what they're going to get.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean.
Sean, thank you so much for dropping by. Always a pleasure to trade notes with the chairman of Worldwide Studios.
Great to see you guys. I'll head back to the pneumatic tube station.
All right, please do.
Right.
And
wear the helmet.
We do have a lot more in store coming up in just a few minutes as the E3 showcase continues. But in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Okay, what do we got now? Daniel, we have another one up, and I'm not sure how.
What is it?
The Call of Duty.
Oh wow, it's the Call of Duty!
I'm just gonna tune out. You guys, you go ahead and talk all you want.
Call of Booty!
Modern Warfare. Interesting, they got a little Lord of War intro coming up here. I think this is just a map pack.
So, well, it's not. There's no story mode of the new Call of Duty. I read
no story.
It's completely multiplayer. Well, it's
I just said fuck.
Well, they're just gonna give them what they want. It's Battle Royale multiplayer.
Back in black
when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
It's basically
welcome back.
Battle
We are having a
Royale
PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here. We've got some good stuff to talk about.
You can tell I've been keeping on my video games. They've been on crap.
Good to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
It is kind of
absolutely. Yeah, excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here. And when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are making their way to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 this October on launch day. But what we just learned here is that those maps, those classic maps, are coming to Black Ops 3 as well for those who pre-order Black Ops 4 on PlayStation Store.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
What if I don't own Call of Duty Black Ops 3? Well, that's where it gets a little more interesting, my friend. So tonight, we are actually doing a surprise PlayStation Plus game drop. And that is Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
I don't think I did.
Yes, very nice. This is why I love E3, because not only do we get to share awesome news with our audience, but PlayStation Plus subscribers get a little treat.
Oh, you get Black Ops 2 tonight on PlayStation Plus, huh? That's kind of cool.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
That's right. We had the countdown to E3, and that was 5 game reveals and updates over a span of 5 days. A lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
Oh, we got a highlight reel.
Ooh, yeah, break it down. Highlight. E3 so far, what we did. So PlayStation VR.
Oh, this is interesting. It doesn't appear to have any traditional gameplay. It's more of like, well, maybe it isn't Tetris. Maybe it's Tetris. Okay, so Days Gone looks like another generic zombie game to me. Not gonna lie.
They're all starting to look the same.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be anything.
What is this? I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up, focus, remember.
From the creators of Fee and Flipping Death.
Look like you've seen a ghost.
Comes a heartfelt story in VR.
But really, who are you?
I could play a game like that for 2 to 3 hours. Can enjoy it. Well, no, what I'm saying is I can play those for like 2 to 3 hours.
And then that's it.
And then after that,
I've seen this, and this looks awesome. Beat Saber.
Looks cool, but it's another game like you can only play for a couple hours.
Guitar Hero, yeah.
It's like, well, Guitar Hero I can play for hours.
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from the E3 PlayStation Showcase. I mean, I want to say a few minutes. I mean, really. So let's keep moving here. There's a lot of great stuff here.
I can play it for a few hours.
The crowd
it's the
is
kind of game I keep around for like
people are
when
about
friends
ready
come
to
over.
go. This show's about to continue.
party
To
game.
move into the big event.
It's just like Mario Party.
But I do think that there's like maybe one more thing we can sneak in there before we cut our way to the showcase.
Yeah, let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in. Okay, so this next
There are
franchise
certain
boasts
games,
a
you know,
huge loyal
like, you'll
community
play it for a
of
few
nearly
hours when you get
6
it, and then you'll
billion
wanna go with
hours.
friends.
Incredible stat.
Yeah, they play that so much.
A lot. They do. And we're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
Back when I had my big console collection. Is this Destiny? Okay, I'm not interested. You're gonna hear me say that a lot.
I am. We've been talking on Gaming Nation about like what they can do, what they need to do to bring it back. Because Destiny 2 didn't live up to expectations, you know. So Destiny 1 was like
it was okay. I played it. Yeah. Listen, I played it for a few months, like hardcore. Like, I was totally into it. But then there came a point where it was like, okay, there's nothing additional I can really do.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's it. It felt bare bones. It felt like a skeleton of a game. Like it should have been good. Like there were basically 3 different factions with like 5 different enemy types. You know, you did the same boss battles over and over again with just different levels or different hype to them, you know, fucking. You had some dungeons, you ended up getting some raids. I could never get into a raid because I just kind of gave up on the social aspect after a while. It would have been a lot better if they had put a group finder in the game, and they didn't do that. And I think they were trying to kind of preserve the social aspect that like World of Warcraft originally had.
Destiny 2 Forsaken is coming out September 4th on PS4.
When World of
a lot of great
Warcraft
enhancements
first
and content for that one.
Like there was an identity to the server.
It looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about that Gambit mode coming up, and
it's like, you know what? It's kind of like how 2K is right now. Like when you're doing the playground, you know everybody.
That's right. We are really seconds away when it comes down to it from the rest of PlayStation's E3 showcase. Thank you so much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight.
You know,
but
and that was nice.
For now,
but it also alienated a lot of people.
I think it's almost time. Should we get to it?
I think why keep people waiting? Let's get to it. We have so much more to cover.
Okay, got a lot more in store.
Like there's no
so
more
let's check it
server
out
identity,
live
which is why they're
right
just
now.
kind of merging it all now. All right, we got something. Oh, is this? Are we talking about Shadows Die Twice again? Maybe they'll go a little more in depth this time because they just released a trailer earlier. This does look like it.
Put us in black with no cream. Ben Haggerty's group. Shout out Ben Haggerty, doing big things. I like how they're adding a fixture of music to everything.
Last Samurai, Tom Cruise up here, white guy playing.
Maybe. Hey, whatever that is, though, maybe he's the best player.
No, I know. I'm just teasing. No, I don't give a shit about what race you put a person in that position. I can just hear the screaming right now of somebody go, that's cultural appropriation or some shit. Somebody reading in the comments right now.
Daryl, what's up, bud? Daryl might be around.
Daryl, what up?
Shit's weird.
This to me looks like it's gonna be Shadows Die Twice, which I would love to see more info on. So I'd love to see somebody come out and talk a little bit about it.
They're gonna know. They're giving us. They're dimming the lights.
This is probably gonna be the same trailer as before, though.
When did you see it?
Today. It was posted apparently yesterday on the YouTube account, so I don't know.
Oh wow!
And there's already analysis of it, but either way, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. And the guy on 4chan, I don't know if you heard about this. Like a year ago, a guy on 4chan leaked a bunch of information, and he was entirely right. Like it was a legit leak.
He must have been somewhere in the top.
Yeah, so, well, he was probably just somebody who was working at Drum Software. Sometimes these companies actually like help people go out and leak this stuff. Let's see what's going on here.
Temple's close.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. Okay, now it looks like it. Like the over the shoulder camera style kind of thing. But this could be. There was another game that was kind of like a samurai. There's been a lot of samurai games going on set in the Japan, which is cool. I like that. I love that. Like, Neo. If you haven't played Neo, it's like a Dark Souls.
Okay.
Again, you're a white guy who's a samurai. Again, it won't look like that.
Okay, so Daryl says he don't know where to leave a comment. I said I think at the bottom. He said it's not showing up. I don't know what's going on. Alright, let me check.
It should show up on YouTube. So it should be able to
Okay, so Daryl, so I don't know if you're on your phone or not, but when I go all the way down, it says comments, and then it let me bring it in.
If you're on your computer, it should be to the right side.
Oh, you're right. If you're on your computer, it will be on the right side. If it's on your phone, you should scroll all the way down, and it should have it.
I'm starting to think that this isn't the Dark Soul or the.
Didn't they tell us what game it is?
They might have said something, but I don't remember. Either way, it doesn't look bad. Like that's that. Yeah, no, this isn't from Software. This looks more like something like CD Projekt Red would do, so I'm wondering if they're using the similar actors.
Oh! That was so dope. Like he like stutter stepped his arm but sliced his ooh. Hey. But that he looks like he from Mortal Kombat though with the hat.
It's Raiden. It's Ronin armor or something like that. Ronin was the name of I'm not a weed, so I can't tell you for certain.
You're not in the comic, though, is he? That's awful. So he says that like he's scrolling all the way down.
He's not giving him an option comic.
Jin,
Goofy.
you're late.
You're impatient. Where's the monk?
The bastards beat me to him.
Yeah. See
Now
if
they're
you can
torturing
pull it
him at
up.
the temple.
Come on.
You think the monk's a hero?
I need him, Masako. Down.
We can take them.
You're not getting it either, are you?
We strike quietly. They kill the monk.
But it works on the YouTube app.
If you're pulling it on Facebook, if you're using the YouTube link on Facebook and you're calling it, you're not going to be able to see the commenting. But if you go to the YouTube app and open the video, then you'll be able to.
Just get them.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't do it from for some reason you can't do it from. Just go to your YouTube app and pull up the Fan Club's YouTube page.
You mean?
Please.
I do not understand.
I really want to watch this. I think this is the other. This must be the other samurai game that I heard about. I wish I could remember what the fucking name was. And I remember thinking this.
He called reinforcements. We have to move.
And it does. Again, it reminds me a lot of The Witcher in the way the animations play out and the cinematics, so I'm seriously thinking that they're using the same engines, but I don't know
Stand aside, Jin.
what company is making this yet.
You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
Cool. Shout out Daryl for trying to get in here, man.
You were my friend.
Well, that's okay. That's alright. That means I get another extra subscriber tomorrow.
Okay. I've got to pull that down. Yeah, you can. So you go down and you type Remy cultural appropriation.
Remy's in. What's up, Remy?
Thank you for that,
Hear them coming? That's our enemy.
Okay, and then, so when you go to the app and you go to the bottom, you click on Top Chat, and then you'll have a little drop down switch to Live Chat.
Oh, yeah, and then you can just see what's going on. What did you say? Define the E3 so you know, like, comic book conventions, Remy, Comic Cons, this is basically like a video game convention. The biggest of them. Everybody gets together from Microsoft to Sony to Nintendo to all of the developers that make the games, and they come and show case, everything, but basically as like a big movie, like take like movie trailers and concerts, put them together, and that's what they're trying to do here. This is Ghost.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh, that looked dope, man. I really like the fight style.
And that was Sucker Punch right there. So that is probably going to be a good game. I haven't seen much from Sucker Punch lately.
And Remy, this is Sony. So yesterday was Bethesda, day before was Microsoft, tomorrow's Nintendo, which I'm looking really forward to that. But this is PlayStation and Sony. So they're going to be dropping all the good stuff. And Sony every year really surprises people. So
a video game film festival is except for it's not quite as indie. So like your film festivals will probably have more indie titles. This is more big companies. So you'll see some indie titles, but you probably should actually be there at E3 to see that stuff. You're going to see mostly just like AAA titles, big
oldest
companies.
house.
So this is what we expect to see.
A shifting place.
Your PlayStation just broke. Well, maybe you should stop sticking your dick in it.
Dang.
If you have a Gen 1, they tend to overheat pretty easily. You just need to upgrade. Quit being poor. Buy yourself a real gaming console. Buy a PC. Fucking A, Cotton. F and A. What are we looking at now? This looks interesting.
Super interesting.
The gun keeps breaking apart and then reassembling.
Damn, Daryl says, damn, I'm a bad friend. I was subscribed to your channel. You weren't either.
I thought I was. I don't know why I wasn't. Apparently not. It's lit. Yeah, it's lit, Remy.
This is lit.
Stay lit yourself there, son.
Boom.
I still don't know what the fuck that was.
It's like they're not telling us till the end, and they're making you wonder.
Well,
Control.
You can't play Fortnite while you're real stoned,
Hey, that's alright. The Remedy, 2019 Control, huh? This is bomb. They haven't even gotten to the big games yet.
I hope not. Well, they did do The Last of Us Part 2. But
they started with that, though.
Right.
So if you start with that, imagine what they're gonna end with.
What's up, Inferno? How you doing, bud?
Hey, it's a Daryl. Daryl got in.
Okay,
Mr. Inferno himself, baby.
Welcome to the chat, finally, Daryl.
Yeah, that's all right, bud. We needed you. We need Daryl. Now we just need Clay.
Hold on, are you seeing this? What are you, a mouse?
Relax.
Shut up.
Look at how tiny you are.
Ratatouille the game.
It's a gritty adult version of Ratatouille.
Oh my god! Like smoking and drinking, like. He's got 12 kids, 6 baby mamas.
Divorce.
They taking all of his paychecks.
He's got to work 6 restaurant jobs.
But he can't even get himself a link card.
I got this.
Woo!
Get off. No. Get off of me.
Oh, fuck.
It wasn't.
They killed him. They killed Ratatouille.
Oh, it's a zombie.
Oh, look at this walk. Damn it.
Brawly Walking Dead.
I was so excited for Ratatouille.
The game.
Okay? You built me up. Oh no, this is Resident Evil. This is Resident Evil, son.
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
This is definitely...
That's Resident?
That's gotta be. Look at the main character. Look at his hair. That's like the quintessential
that anime
Asian making a white person hair. That's what it looks like every time. Look at
If you see one of those things, uniform or not,
long bangs that are
you
like.
do not hesitate.
Yeah.
sharp looking.
Whatever it takes to save this.
A really kind of like soft male face that's almost a little bit feminine.
It doesn't look
Asians really love their traps.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident this was Resident Evil. And if that's the case,
Will you help me?
Of
course.
This is definitely Resident Evil.
Impressive display of strength.
There's a remaster. I was hearing this.
But we never meant for this to happen.
There it says another zombie game, zombie battle royale.
Hey, that's all we need anymore. That's all we're missing is a zombie battle royale.
You're right. Resident Evil 2.
Okay, yep, it's a remaster.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Hey, I love that game on the PlayStation 1. I had that game.
I never got a chance to play the old ones. I played Biohazard.
See, those were fun, but they were back in the Tomb Raider days where you had to like move them all funky. When they wouldn't just move, you had to like hit straight and then go right, and it was quite fun.
No, I mean a lot of these are not RPG games. Like that Resident Evil, that's
gonna be a crazy shooting game, yeah.
You're gonna have shooters. You're gonna have multiplayer games. We saw some like COD stuff earlier.
So today, Remy, Ninja was on all day. They actually had a super crazy. It was basically like an arena-style Fortnite tournament today, Remy. And it was like the biggest Fortnite tournament yet. I think the prize was like $1 million or something. And then they also had NBA players on today talking about the new upgrades on 2K. Like they really have something for everybody these days. We were just talking about that, how a few years ago it used to be just for like hardcore gamers. Now they do everything for a little bit of everybody, and it's awesome because it's kind of like with the Comic-Con conventions. A few years ago it used to be for like all the nerds and the geeks, you know. Now it's a family event. We want everyone to come out and have a good time. Same thing with E3 in this game.
You know, it depends on what companies you're talking about. It's like Sony and Microsoft, they're going to have a variety.
And Remy, don't go anywhere. If you want to see something awesome, they got Spider-Man. I think they're going to show. Spider-Man is coming out September 7th.
There was another one they were going to talk about tonight. Oh, Death Stranding. Yeah, that's right. Death Stranding is going to be a little bit more niche.
Daryl said, I like it too, but I'm not paying full price. Trover Saves the Universe. Here's another one. That kind of looked kind of funny. That's going to be like one of those games where we think stupid, but it's actually pretty fun.
It might be. I mean...
Like Little Big Planet?
Yeah.
Like, that was a pretty fun game. Kingdom Hearts! But we didn't see no trailer, did we? I didn't see no trailer.
Because
we get to be pirates again.
Yep, you always did like this.
So I
yeah.
I didn't actually see the other trailer.
It's a real shame you don't have a bigger ship.
The trailer they did at Microsoft was quite literally just the same stuff that we've already seen. And this one will probably be the exact same
looks
thing.
just like Johnny Depp. Wow, man.
They do a good job. That's because Square Enix, whatever, is on these things.
Wow.
They do a pretty good job.
Cam actually has the original. Oh, wow.
They're doing the Assassin's Creed
style. Yeah, you should, yeah. The Pirates of the Caribbean, they deserve it because I feel like all of the Pirates games that came out were trash.
Well, the Ubisoft one that's coming out soon, Skull and Bones, I think is what it's called.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But I saw the trailer for that, and some of the gameplay for that. That looks good. It's, you know, you take the pirate component from Assassin's Creed 4, and I think that there was a little bit of it in Assassin's Creed 3.
You back in the organization?
And they turned it into its own game, which I think was a good idea. I think that's a good idea.
Don't you give this creep the time of day.
He says, look at the graphics. Wow, this is amazing, Daryl. I agree. This is especially for a Kingdom Hearts game, but then, like, he looks so real, but then, like, Goofy looks still cool. Like, I love it.
For a box.
Was that Ganondorf?
Oh, Hades!
Hades got Hercules, wonderful.
Ooh! Oh, Hercules! Elsa! Of course, they had to put them in it. They're like the most popular Disney characters these days. Rapunzel. Oh, we're playing Monsters Inc. Wait, no, who's that?
Children.
That's not a Star Wars character. No, okay.
You're following her.
Oh, okay, I heard. I was gonna say, because you know how Marvel and Star Wars are like linked now. You know, it's only a matter of time before they have a Disney Star Wars Marvel game.
Well, no, there will be.
Realize what destiny
I'm pretty sure there will be Star Wars because it's part of their universe.
So Marvel,
right? So you know, so that means that Disney and Final Fantasy exist in the same universe, and also the Star Wars.
And Marvel.
And Marvel.
Superheroes.
Does Disney own Marvel?
Yeah, they bought them the same time. That's why all the new movies are so big budget and bigger and better now, and they're all combined. Yeah.
The universe is also in the same universe as Donald Duck and fucking.
But as of right now, though, I will say, as a huge Marvel fan, Marvel's in its own MCU right now. They're not touching anything else, which sucks because they're still trying to get like the Fox deal to go through. Because I don't know if you heard, but Disney is trying to buy Fox, but I guess Comcast just came into the play too or something. But it's basically like Disney wants to buy Fox, and with Fox though, you get Deadpool and X-Men. It wouldn't be bad, but.
Because you would have, that means you
would have one big company would own everything, and there'd be no competition. There'd be no competition. And I'm not for it, but if it does happen, if any of those big guys buy it, I want Disney so we can bring the X-Men and Deadpool to Marvel. That's the only.
That's all right. This is a big one. We should probably.
We'll be quiet.
We'll shut up for this one. This is huge. The god Hideo Kojima.
The man who delivers.
All in one package. Wait, so they're giving 3 Kingdom Hearts games in one, huh?
That's cool.
So, you have dooms like me. What's your level?
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Want to come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
I'm hoping we get a little explanation from Kojima. If they don't have Kojima come out and talk about this, I'm gonna be a little upset. Because I'm sorry, but like this isn't gonna tell us something. They'll tell us some.
Oh, this is cool. The hover backpack. Showing us a lot more than we thought they were going to.
They're showing gameplay, which is good. I mean, it's pretty
so
cool.
That means it's actually like coming together.
The Fox engine is looking just as good as ever. They got Norman Reedus, got Guillermo del Toro. You know, it's not looking half bad, but I want more idea of what's going on, what's gonna happen, what's the whole thing. You know. Kojima talks about the stick and the rope. He's not giving us the stick this time. He's giving us the rope. So what is, you know? I want more detail. Like I get the analogy. I understand he wants to connect us rather than pit us against each other. So let's get a little bit more explanation.
Imperfect says all I play is PUBG.
Whatever floats your goat. I mean, you know, it's not. I don't play any of the. I don't play any of the competitive multiplayer games like you know COD, Battlefield, PUBG, Fortnite. You know, my phone just died.
And I was about to die too, unfortunately.
switching to latex? Covering their mouth. So whatever this thing is, it must be able to sense breath. And I noticed the tear thing happens with a lot of characters in these trailers, so I'm wondering if that's not an effect of the creature. It just causes people to like, causes some irritation in the eyes, so that's the whole point.
Headed into town. Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long. The timefall fast forwards whatever it touches, but it can't wash everything away. The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sandport Bridges.
Sam, what's your status? Chiralium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No, they're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding
You know
area
what?
will
I'm gonna
still
go
be a
grab my
crater.
charger so we on. 1 second, fam.
I got an idea.
How was it? Death Standing? Did you love it?
A crypto bite a day keeps the time
I
fall
still
away.
don't know what's going on. I've seen some gameplay, I've seen some things that look like I understand a bit more.
But not
This bitch just ate
everything.
a bug.
You're too late.
Yeah, Norman Reedus,
You
Mads
still don't know who I
Mikkelsen, I
am,
don't
do
know
you?
who
Yeah,
this
he's
is,
boy.
Lindsay Wagner. Guillermo del Toro was, I don't know, I haven't seen him in anything new, but I know he was working with Koji
Why are they going? Or what are they saying? Yeah, I'm with you, man. Daryl says, I still don't get this game. We're with you, buddy. Wait, are they giving us more? Or is this something new?
This is something different. This is another, I think this is another samurai or like, yeah, ninja. Yeah, this is going to be another.
Oh. Okay.
This again reminds me of Nio or Neo, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Just kind of a counting thing, you know?
There's only so much you can do. Whoa, is it the devil?
In Japanese culture, a person of particular... Yep, it's Neo too. That's unexpected.
Whoa!
I did not see that coming, but okay.
Neo! Are they going to give us more
one was good.
Death?
The first one was good. That's probably a teaser because Neo just came out not long ago, like a couple of years ago. So that's just a teaser for now. I'm cool with the new Neo. I'll probably buy it. I'll probably play it. That's it. just random some dude playing.
The raft is secure, but I can't reach them over radio. Their comms must be down. What's your status?
Spider-Man, is it?
Already here.
Yep. There he is.
Yeah!
I thought you said it was secure.
Shocking.
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
And this is a whole different story from the comics.
In my experience,
I can tell.
when it looks bad,
And he's an adult. He's not a kid. He's like a seasoned veteran. I'm very intrigued with this.
We'll see. It could be good. I've played good Spider-Man games. It's been a long time.
I thought the last one they put out was pretty good, wasn't it?
You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the park. Just in time for the fireworks.
Woo!
Put the star across his face.
Looks like we made parole, boys.
Why is he letting everyone out?
I'll head for the main control center and see how bad the situation is.
Got it. I'll go join the party.
Oh, this brand new. They were saying that they got a whole new
Everyone
trip.
just quietly go back in your cells and lock the door behind you. Okay?
The thing releasing all the prisoners.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God! Look at that fighting style. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of my favorites.
As long as it's not riddled with QTEs.
Where's QTEs?
Quick time events. That's where you have a short period of time to press a button.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I know what that is.
There's going to be some, and I'm okay with some. Like, QTEs are not
bad thing.
Bad, but just don't make your game all QTEs like you're fucking David Cage.
Rhino!
Surprise! What is he talking about?
What I'm looking more forward to, like, is if this is non-linear and it has some free roam. Because, like, one of my favorite
Scorpion.
Nice. Oh! One of my favorite things was the ability to kind of swing through the city in some of the other games.
Oh yeah. This and from the original trailer, it looked like you could. This is just more of like a story trailer. Like before, it was like they just gave you a little
this is a
world.
specific
Yes. This is like when they show you a trailer. They're gonna like upcoming trailer to buy the game on TV. They're gonna chop this up a little bit. Yeah.
I'm hoping though if they have some free roam components, that would be really nice. I would like that.
Better. Spider-Man, you know, you gotta be able to.
It's so much more fun to swing through the streets of New York City and just follow up. Like you're just fucking flying from fucking one building to another. Put some open world content in there, some side missions. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be all of New York. You can just do like maybe just Manhattan or some shit like that. But you know.
If you tell me who you're working for, I'll go easy on you. Can't stop it. Put up flat that you're still trying. Nobody ever takes me up on that offer.
Aren't these guys just evil villains? Can't they just eat dicks themselves?
It's because they're not that smart. It's always like the kingpin or whoever. They always got the best plans. They get the shit done, but they get caught anyways.
These guys are the ones who are the super powered thugs.
Yeah, you get it now. they don't do shit compared. Well, they do. They do all the work.
Right, but you got like Kingpin and Lex Luthor in the DC universe, and you know those are the guys who pull the strings.
Green Goblin's always pretty good about it. He gets his hands dirty too, but he's been a part of so many big teams.
But yeah, like the. I guess I get it too. I get it at this point.
There's always going to be a leader that doesn't have to get his hands dirty, yeah? And then you're going to have the brute force. I'll tell you though, the one guy that could work for himself but doesn't is Doc Ock. He's smart as hell.
He did in the movie. If you remember the Spider-Man 2. Yeah, when Tobey Maguire was
see with that though, it was like he worked for himself, but he was like controlled by the shit. Like he was kind of a weird story. Because in the comics, he just like the actual bionic legs or whatever you call them, claws, like tentacles. They influenced his mind, but he still wanted to be evil. In the movie, they just like turned him completely evil. Oh, Vulture.
I only recognize the ones that were in the old PlayStation 1 and N64 games.
I used to watch the TV show on Fox Kids all the time. Right before Power Rangers, bud.
I remember Rhino, I remember Scorpion, I remember Sandman, I remember...
Kill him. Good idea.
Wait.
In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
Is that a new Kingpin? With the white suit? Who's the guy in the white suit?
They had him in the last trailer. I don't remember what his name was.
He's not doing anything. Oh, no.
He has some kind of power over it.
It's what's his name? It's the water guy. Is it the water dude? I forget his name, but there's a guy that his molecular structure is like water. And he can control water, almost like water.
This guy has like his powers. I think are based on kind of impure energy from like Japanese.
Oh wow. That was so sick, and it sucks that game and 2K come out the same freaking
press
day.
conference wrapping up with all things Spider-Man, which is a great big PlayStation exclusive that's coming out the end of this year.
Sony
to break down all the biggest moments are Boogie 2098 and Brandon Jones and new guest Atomic Mari from Smosh.
We can talk a little bit more
we talked a lot about what we're hoping to see from PlayStation. Are there any different formats to sort of how they put it all together?
We can leave them on.
Hey, don't, man. It was everything I thought it was gonna be and more, honestly. Like they gave us things we knew we were gonna get, but they made them look even better. Like that Spider-Man trailer blew me away. But then, man, Neo 2?
So yeah, no, I'm most excited for Neo 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, whatever the fuck, I can't pronounce that. They both look really good. You know, and that's maybe my kind of preference for that style of game and that kind of aesthetic. But you know, I think those are going to be really top of the line games. The Last of Us 2 looked really good. I kind of wish they would have ended with The Last of Us 2 because it seems like that one probably would have been more anticipated than Spider-Man. Like, I know Spider-Man's a popular seller, but, like, I don't know. Either way. Death Stranding, I'm glad to see some gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know what the
Don't understand what the hell. No, that was a game where they completely left everybody like this. Like I just don't get it.
Oh man, did you see the original trailer? It's Norman Reedus on a beach with a baby, and he starts sobbing, and then he looks up, and there's just like these 5 humanoid figures floating in the air, and that's it.
It's just goofy. Yeah.
And, you know,
they're gotta be weird. Ooh, Inferno says, "What are you gonna get, 2K?" there's Spider-Man. So this is what I figured. I'm going to pre-order 2K, and I'm going to get the collector's edition because when you get you pay like the extra for the collector's edition, you get that baby 4 days earlier. So I'm going to get that early, and then I think the day of or maybe that week or something, I'll have money then for Spider-Man because I got to get them both. And it sucks. They're going to, even if I might not play Spider-Man for a little bit, but I'm gonna get them both, man. And if you pre-order Spider-Man, you get the special costumes and you get the Infinity War suit. The special suit he has, Infinity War, you can get that. Which especially like you don't have to pay a dime. You just gotta like pre-order it, so buy it early.
Right.
I might have to do it.
I generally don't, and I'm not gonna pre-order even Fallout 76, where you have to pre-order in order to get into the beta. I'm not doing it. Because the unfortunate consequence, as much as I like all the goodies they give you, the problem is those pre-orders sell the game. You're paying for the game before you even have the product. So it could be a shit game.
You're right.
And that's why I don't do it, because I don't want developers thinking that it's okay to take my money and then give me a shit on.
You're right. There's only a few games at CC. 2K is one game every year. I feel like they keep working and getting better.
That's one thing you can like. I know you always know what to expect with the sports games.
Yeah. Like, I know what's good and what's not. Yeah, I don't buy Madden. I don't buy EA. I don't buy what's it, NBA Live. I buy 2K. They put the money in the time, and they even have their own channel these days where they literally have like a streaming channel like 24/7. Like they're really hands on, and just like this year, I mean, like I think I told you, it's an open world now. Like it's literally like. You make your player and you go in and like as soon as you get to the park, there's all your friends there waiting and you start playing. Pick up all it's amazing.
And that's fine. Like those games, you know what to expect. You're probably gonna get
and Spider-Man, I'd be very surprised if that was a trash game.
I'm not gonna do it for Spider-Man.
No?
It's just not gonna happen. There's only 2 occasions where I think it's okay to pre-order. Like you said with the sports games, totally fine for the most part. And Blizzard. I will pre-order a Blizzard game.
What about Nintendo?
No.
Really?
I won't pre-order a Nintendo game.
Most of their games are pretty good,
Most of their games are pretty good, but they make a lot of questionable decisions. It's fair, like, for them to make those decisions, because sometimes they play out really well. Like, you remember the success of the Wii.
Oh wow!
Right?
Yeah. But then, you on the day it came out.
But then at the end of its life cycle, it petered out, and it kind of felt.
Well, yeah,
because people realized that the gimmick wasn't all that great.
But the thing was though is they were making the Wii like. The Wii should have been around for 4 or 5 years tops. They were still like they're still making Wii games. I know it's just like Just Dance and stuff, but like they were milking it. Wait, like 05 to 2010. Then they should have gave the Wii U in 2011, and then gave us the Switch.
They should have renamed the Wii U something different, because I'm sorry.
People got confused. Yeah, you're right. And the system
was decent. Well, it wasn't great. It was decent.
Well, I think though. Okay, so if they would have named it the Wii U in 2010, 2011, and still had, because the Wii U played the Wii U games, and it could have been the upgraded Wii, and then it could have made way until the Switch, but that would have made more sense, because then they could have still made money off the Wii games too, but it would have been like
they would have actually had to make it an upgraded Wii.
Yeah,
it kind of was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, but the thing was is that they milked the Wii for so long that then they gave us the Wii U, and it was just confusing. Like, why would you give us that?
We're off topic. Let's get back to E3, because we can make an entire episode on Nintendo.
But Nintendo is tomorrow though, so we're kind of leading up to them a little bit.
Maybe tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna be at work, but you can do something or something.
Well, it depends what time they're at tomorrow.
We can do something.
I work till like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the morning. Or early afternoon. So, so what I'm most excited for, Neo 2, Ghost of Tsushima, whatever the fuck it's called.
That looked really cool.
Death Stranding, if I get more information, I'm not willing to throw my lot in. I trust Kojima to a point. But I'm not willing to just, again, I wouldn't even pre-order this game, even though Kojima is kind of a god among gaming. I wouldn't even pre-order this game because I don't know anything fucking about it. I don't know what it is.
Damn. So Inferno said, I only pre-order to support developers that I trust. I'm so disappointed with Rockstar. I'm not going to pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't blame you.
He also said, I don't support companies who hire content behind a paywall.
I agree.
And that's why we like you, Daryl, because you the truth, man. Or hide behind a paywall. Yeah, you're right, man.
You shouldn't put content behind a paywall. It's like if you're gonna have some paid content, I'm okay with like cosmetic shit. Don't make the mistake that EA made with the fucking loot boxes that could make you instantly win the game. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's one thing.
What's the point? Why do I want to play when some random fucking 9-year-old can use his mommy's credit card to buy a box that makes him win the fucking game?
You know?
Why am I playing
That's made me quit some games, you know? And it's one of those things, too, where it's different, you know, in 2K... It's okay if you're going down the subway and you see like in the subway there's a Sprite sign or you know there's a billboard for it's okay. But you guys are literally taking advantage. You guys are milking this game for every single megabyte there is, man.
Microtransactions. Not a good way to do it. Although
there's good and bad ways to it.
I will say though, I do disagree with the law that was recently passed against. That is stupid. That is stupid.
What are you talking about?
There's a law that was put into place that makes like loot boxes a form of gambling, and so it outlaws. So we had to get the government involved. No, you couldn't just not buy the game. Just stop buying the fucking game. No, I gotta go to the government.
And it's sad. I mean, like,
stupid.
Look what happened to Battlefront 2. The gaming community came together, dude. You go online, you can buy that game for $12 brand new on eBay right now. If you want to play Battlefront 2 and see what it's about.
Battlefront 2 is why they made the law.
Well, because of that gambling,
and it's stupid. Fucking if
because people are paying money to be good at something.
If anybody who's still watching, write your congressperson, write your senators, tell them, leave gaming the fuck alone. We don't want you involved. Because it starts out with this, and the next thing you know, they're outlawing profanity and nudity and violence.
You're right. Okay? You're right.
And this is the last bastion of free speech that we have left. Get the government out of fucking gaming. Stay the fuck out of it.
And what sucks is the more that it gets bigger, and you know we're talking about Ninja with the 3 million streams. It's scary, man, because the more that there's money to be made, the more that they're gonna have their necks down it, and it sucks.
It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so any additional thoughts on E3 that you want to communicate? Anything left in the chat to talk about?
No, Inferno just said as I agree with cosmetics because, we understand. You got to do cosmetics.
Cosmetics is fine. You want to buy some cosmetics, it doesn't impact the game.
Well, and it usually puts some extra money there to upgrade it. Like, great example, like in the music video world, I forget who was saying it, but I watched an interview and basically said, like, yo, if you see a bunch of Dre beats in the music video and a bunch of Ciroc bottles, it's usually because the label didn't give them enough money to shoot the video or to what they wanted, so they had to make the extra money to give you what you wanted.
I don't mind advertising. I don't mind product placement. Not at all.
Sometimes you need to make the quality.
You're not forcing me
to buy
Ciroc. Yeah. You're not forcing me, or you're not saying if you want to watch this music video, you have to go to Ciroc.com and buy 6 bottles to continue. It's fine. Product placement, no problem with that. It gets a little annoying from time to time, but it's just what
it's okay. Daryl says I hate when the government gets involved in my gaming.
Heard that, bro.
And we can't agree more, bud, because at the end of the day, it's definitely like it's in our amendments, man. It's freedom of speech. We're like, and we're in our own homes, like most of the time doing this. So like it's a privacy thing too.
People should be able to put whatever they want in games because you're not obligated to buy the game. You know, a game came out a few years back that caused a lot of controversy. It's called Hatred. And it was about you. All you did was you were some psychopath that went on a killing spree and you just murdered innocent people. That was the whole concept. People lost their shit over it. And it was banned in a number of areas. Like, I was never interested in the game. But I was like, I had half a mind to buy it just to give a middle finger to the people who were so fucking against.
Well, speaking of that, you know, the new game that they're actually they're trying to bring down is they have a school shooting game now.
There's plenty of those online.
Yeah, but it's online. They're literally like they're doing everything in their power to bring it down. Yeah, you're right. You're not lying.
Don't censor that shit. Like I understand it's tasteless.
It is tasteless, and it's not there. There's nowhere really for it. But at the same time, what are you gonna do? Because then you're starting to censor. That they can censor that, then they're gonna censor other stuff they don't like, and it's not right. And we don't condone any of that shit. Just so you know, we don't play those games, and we're not about those games. Just so you know, but. It's about our rights too. You know what I mean?
I'll play whatever goddamn game I want. But that's just the thing. Like I'm not going to sit here and virtue signal and say that I'm not going to play a game just because it's tasteless. If I don't like the game, I'm not going to buy it. That's just what it is. You know, you buy what games you want to buy, and you don't buy what games you don't want to buy. I will not buy some games occasionally because of certain elements they put in when they shoehorn in certain like social concepts like that. You know, like I'm not going to get into details here because this isn't my channel, but. If you want to know more about my personal opinions into that matter, you
go to Cappy Gamer.
Come to the Cappy Gamer, and I'll give you a breakdown of where I stand on those things. But you know, that's my choice. That's the beauty of freedom is being able to turn down things that we don't like
and being able to agree to disagree too. That's a beautiful thing about this country is, you know, me and Jimmer, you know, me and a lot of my friends, we don't see eye to eye about everything. The great part is to be like, yo, bro, I see things another way, but that's cool though. But thanks for telling me your way because now I know how you think and that's how other people think. You know, not everyone thinks like us, not everyone thinks like you if you're watching the, you know, but the thing is to have a platform to discuss and talk where we are. And, you know, sometimes it's through our videos, sometimes it's face-to-face, through phone conversations, but the best thing to get out there and actually make a difference, like people say they want to do, is talking and not just hushing up and being one-sided. We can't always think, oh, this is the way it always is because you're wrong. Sometimes I think it's a way, and then I talk to Jimmy, he's like, no, actually, this makes a lot more sense. And same thing with a lot of other people from different cultures, different backgrounds. Sometimes you need that in your life. You need to see other perspectives.
Right. I can walk away. I can go to and have a conversation with somebody who practices some religion that I have no experience with, and I might walk away hating that religion. But you know what? I'm not going to hate that person. You're entitled as long as you're not inflicting any kind of assaulting or
physical violence.
It's the non-aggression principle. Don't initiate force. It's that simple. As long as you're not forcing anything on anyone else,
conversation.
I'm totally fine with you believing what you want to believe and enjoying the things you want to enjoy. You know, I don't play sports games at all. He loves sports games.
Loves sports
we
games.
Don't, you know, we get along just fine. I'm not out here saying outlaw sports games.
You better,
you know. I'm not saying like, oh, sports games. It just leads to gambling. It's a gateway to gambling because you can bet on who wins. Like, no, you'll never hear that from me. Anyway, I think we should try and wrap this up real quick. What are you looking forward the most to?
Oh man, honestly, The Last of Us was super cool looking. The way that they set it up too, with like the beginning and the end, even what you said, kind of the cliffhangers of it, and that's like you and Remy were saying, this is kind of like a movie festival, like a film festival for video games. Well, they give you that feeling, especially with that. Like it's like a movie trailer where you're like, man, I almost got to play this game to see what's going on. I like a lot of elements with that game. Neo 2, wow. Like, I know they didn't give us a lot, but it was just, it surprised him, and he was telling me about this, like beforehand. It was like, oh, Neo 2, that's a cool game. Check that game out. You'd like it. And then all of a sudden they pop it. Like, it just felt the energy. And then Spider-Man was everything I wanted it to be and more. I got to see so many cool villains.
Resident Evil 2 remake. I'm excited about that.
Because I had Resident Evil 1 and 2, and if you remember, Resident Evil 2 for PlayStation was a 2-disc thing. Yeah. So once you got to a certain level, you had to you had to go. But what's cool is you couldn't just put in like disc 2, I'm pretty sure. You had to like beat disc 1 and then have the save data to even open up disc 2. I'm pretty sure, because
it would have needed that.
And that's what's like really cool about those games is, you know, they were ahead of their time within the sense of they didn't look great and the controls were kind of flimsy, but man, did they have the right outlook and plan put together. They were just, you know, it was above its time where you couldn't do everything they wanted to do. But man, that was a hell of a game. I loved that game.
Absolutely. All right. So I think that's about it for me. Anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We had a nice little array of people in the comments. Little guests in there giving us some cool stuff, man. We appreciate all the love we're getting, and this was our first YouTube live stream on the fan club, so we appreciate everybody tuning in. If you don't have anything else to add,
no, just if you get a chance, check me out at the Cappy Gamer.
Yeah,
we're doing Let's Plays where we're going to do some like partner play, kind of pass the paddle kind of stuff. So check me out over there. Other than that, I'm good.
Okay, awesome. Yes, make sure you check out the Cappy Gamer. Jimmery's got an awesome channel. I was even on there one episode playing, was it Resident Evil?
Yep, we were playing Resident Evil 7.
That was awesome. We were like jumping out of our seats. It was pretty scary. So go check that out. Show love to James. Show love to the fan club. If you have not yet, give us a subscription, and we will see you next time on the fan club. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.